Oh, hello there. How are you? Man, this world is a mess. I ain't got to tell you that. It's a mess agriculturally. It's a mess politically. It's a mess environmentally. It's a mess morally. It's a mess across the board. It's a mess everywhere. It's a mess. This world is very sad shape. This world is in a very sad shape. Therefore, hear the parable of the life ring. Hear the parable of the life ring. He who has ears to hear, let him hear. Behold, a king was informed that billions of people were dying in an ocean of sin. An ocean of sin. So the king is informed that billions of people are dying in this ocean of sin. So he sends out a proclamation and he says, send out the ships. Send out the best ships you got. And I want you to pass out to every creature in the world, pass out one of my life rings. So, the ships go out to the north, south, east, and west, and they pass out the life rings. There's different ways these people, these drowning people, receive the life ring. 4 different categories. Category number 1. Let's talk about category number 1. The life ring falls down next to them. They didn't deserve the life ring. They didn't earn it. They didn't work for it. They didn't have any merit for it. The life ring comes to them. They see the life ring. They hear the life ring. But they laugh at it. Ah, ha, ha. And they push the life ring away. They push the life ring away. Because I don't need no life ring. I like swimming in the sea of sin. I don't need that life ring. So that's category number 1. They laugh at it. They mock it. They push it away. Say, I don't want that life ring. I don't need that life ring. I have my own stuff, and I like playing in the ocean. Group number 2. The life ring falls down next to them. The life ring that they did not work for. The life ring that they did not earn. The life ring that they didn't have no merit for. The life ring comes down next to them. They see the life ring. They say, well, I'm going to put my hand on that life ring. But my other hand, I want to play out in the ocean. I want to play out there. So they're playing in the sin. And the other hand says, well, I'm just going to hang on to it a little bit. That's group number 2. They hang on to it with their wet hand. They hang on to it, but they're playing in the sin. Group number 3. The life ring falls down next to them. They look at it, and they take it more seriously. And they say, I not only believe in this life ring and hear it, but I'm going to get baptized into Mashiach. I'm going to get baptized into. They get baptized into. Galatians 3:27. They that have been baptized into Mashiach have put on Mashiach. So group number 3 gets baptized in Yeshua, Jesus' name. They get baptized into it. But after a while, they start getting bored. And they're floating around and they're like, man, I wish I was out in them waves, playing with everybody else. They're having fun out in them waves. This thing is constricting me. I don't like this thing is constricting me. Well, I don't want it. I want to be out there in the waves. They don't want to be in this thing. They're just kind of bored sitting there, and they get relaxed, real relaxed. Group 3. That's group 3. Group number 4. Life ring falls next to them. They see it. They believe in it. They also take it seriously. They get baptized into Yeshua. They that have been baptized into Christ and put on Christ. They didn't deserve it. They didn't work for it. They didn't earn it. But they got baptized into it, and then they take it seriously, and they work, and they hang on to it. They white-knuckle this thing. And they hang on to it with all of their heart, all of their soul, all of their mind and all of their strength to hang on to this thing. That's group number 4. Basically the Shema. Basically they hang on to it like the Shema. Then the king says, okay, we pass out the life rings. Yank them up now. Yank up all the life rings. Yank them all up. All the life rings that were by everybody. Yank them up. So the people that made fun of the life ring, whoosh, ooh, there it went. It left them. Group number 2. The group that had their hand on it, and they were still playing in the sin, and their other hand was hanging on to sinners, and because their hand was wet, when he took up these life rings real violently, whoosh, whoosh, whoa, they didn't go with it. It just got ripped right out of their hand. Whoosh. They didn't get it. They didn't take the ride. Group number 3, the ones that were baptized into Yeshua. They were baptized into Yeshua, but they got bored and they were just sitting there and wishing they were in the waves of sin. When he yanked them, it just came right up off them. Why? Because they were just wearing it and they weren't hanging on to it. Okay, they weren't hanging on to it. Hear what I'm saying? They weren't hanging on to it. They were baptized into Christ, but their heart was desiring to be in the sinful waves, and they were getting bored, and they weren't doing what they were supposed to do, and that thing was yanked right off them. Lord, 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 I had it. I was wearing grace. I had it. Lord, 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 no, no. They were wearing it. Not anymore. It was yanked off them. And some of you watching this, it's going to be yanked off you. Pastors, ministers, whoever, yanked off you. Group number 4. The ones that were baptized into Mashiach, it's around them. The ones that were white-knuckling it, hanging onto it with all of their heart, soul, mind, and strength. When those life rings got yanked up, they went with it. Up, up, up they went, and they were looking down. That is the parable of the life ring. He who has ears to hear, let him hear.